So for me, being in my wellness era or being in my wellness era again just simply means that I'm focused on my body again. I'm prioritizing my body again. Good morning, blissful babes. Welcome back. I am Shantae, blogger, creator, wellness coach, all that stuff. So today I'm talking about how I am getting back into my wellness era. And I'm sure if you follow me on Instagram, you're probably wondering, like, what do you mean getting back into your wellness era? Because, of course, over there I share a lot of wellness content. So I'm going to explain myself and give you guys a few tips to help you get into your wellness era or even stay into your wellness era if you feel like you are already doing your thing. So if you probably have noticed that I got this little mic in my hand because it was kind of hard to clip it on my shirt. I'm hoping that this makes the sound quality better for you guys. So let me know in the comments, how you feel about the sound quality on this video. When this video comes out, there might be like a couple where I'm still not using a mic because I'm not necessarily sharing these in the order that I am creating them, if that makes sense. I think I said that right. So I'm not necessarily sharing them in the order that I'm creating them. So some videos, the sound might not be as great, or I'm not even sure yet because I'm not finished editing, but just let me know in the comments. And also, like, if you create videos or edit videos and you have some tips for getting better quality sound or really any kind of tips for me, drop those in the comments for me too. So I'm going to jump right into it. I over the last quarter of last year especially, um it was kind of hard. Like, that was just a rough couple months for me. And so I just kind of like really, I just wasn't on it. Like, that's the best way that I can describe it, is like I just wasn't on it like with all my wellness stuff. Now, I feel like before that, or even I feel like it was kind of like a slide into the end of the year where like I just wasn't doing what I needed to be doing most of the year. And like the end of the year was just like really hard for me last year as far as like staying on track, keeping my routines, all that stuff. Now, some of that I recognize now is because of grief. Um, a couple years ago, I lost my stepfather. Um, and I've actually like experienced quite a bit of death. And so I think that I just hadn't really dealt with a lot of that. So the end of last year, I feel like was a culmination. Like in addition to all the other stuff that we have going on in life, like I just feel like it was a culmination of like grief, strained relationships with several people in my life, like all that stuff. I really feel like it took a toll on me following through with like a lot of things that I was doing for my wellness. And so right now this year I have started to like really get back on track, but also started to really reevaluate some of the things that I was doing before. So before, like I honestly had a really strict routine. Like I was just very strict. And so I also think that that played a role in me kind of like I guess falling off the wagon is because sometimes you just get tired of being like, if you're following like a strict regimen or a strict routine, sometimes you just get tired, to be honest. And you just want to do quote unquote normal stuff. And so I think that that was kind of some of it for me too, was that, I got tired of not eating certain things all the time. I got tired of being restrictive. I just got tired, I think it kind of sort of caused me to like be disenchanted with like being a wellness girly, honestly. Like, I just kind of felt like maybe I just kind of started to feel like, okay, maybe I should not be doing it. Like, I really started to feel like maybe I should not be doing this anymore because I'm just not feeling it. And so, one of the things that I did last year was start therapy, which I think really helped me realize that, okay, yeah, my what I'm feeling is not just me just not wanting to, follow through with my wellness goals. It's not it was deeper than that for me. And so I've worked through a lot of that stuff and am continuing to work through a lot of that stuff. So this year I really have started the year pretty strong, and I'm really proud of the progress that I've made to like get back on track. So for me, being in my wellness era or being in my wellness era again just simply means that I'm focused on my body again. I'm prioritizing my body again. So I'm going to share the 7 things that I'm doing to get back into my wellness era. And maybe you can take some of these and incorporate them into your wellness journey as well. One of the biggest things that I'm doing this year is I'm really, really, really working on my prayer life. And when I say that, I mean that like I'm prioritizing prayer in the morning. I have reevaluated how and what I'm praying for. I actually read this book called, what is it called? Oh my God. Circle the Prayer. I think that's what it's called. Circle the Prayer, but it's like a 40-day like book about prayer. And I highly recommend reading that book. If you're a Christian, highly recommend reading that book. And it's very short. I think it's like a 40-day thing. I'm getting toward the end of it now, but it's like a 40-day thing, and it really helps you. It has really just changed my perspective on prayer. So highly recommend that. So that's one of the things is that I'm reading that book. I'm probably when I finish going to find like another book on prayer, and do that as a devotional as well, because that's how I use the circle. I think it's called Circle the Prayer. Sorry guys. I'll link it in the caption and share it with you guys. Um, but yeah. So I've been reading that. It's really changed my perspective on prayer, changed how I pray, um, how frequently I pray. It's really made me just reevaluate some things in that area of my life. And as a result of having more prayer time, I've actually been able to, I feel like I've been able to let a lot more things go, and not be so stressed and so anxious. So for me, like prayer is a big part of my wellness journey. Like my spirituality is a big part of my wellness journey. So the second thing I'm doing, and I know you guys are gonna be like, "Oh my god, if we have to hear one more person say this," but I am waking up earlier, and I know that that is like the reason that everybody keeps saying that is because there's validity to it. Like waking up earlier, it just is what it is, and when I say waking up earlier, for you, waking up earlier might be 8 a.m. You know, for me, waking up earlier is 5:30 a.m. because I literally sat down and calculated like all the things that I want to do in the morning before my family gets up, and before I start work, and I'm like, that's what time I need to get up to get everything done. So I'm not telling you you need to get up at 4 a.m., 5 a.m. Like, you have to define what that means to you. So there's a clock or an alarm clock called the Hatch. And I think I read that it was really created for little kids. But what it does is the light gradually comes on before your alarm goes off so that you can wake up more gently and slowly. So I actually found a dupe on Amazon that I've been using, and I really like it. And when I was reading the reviews for it, somebody said that it was just as good as like the more expensive Hatch clock. And I've never tried the Hatch, so I don't have anything. I can't really give it a comparison, but I love it. And I think it works really well. And I think it's actually helped me get up earlier faster because I was trying to do like a gradual changing the time, but like I've been getting up earlier just because of that light feature. Third thing that I've been doing is using my Panda planner, and I actually have it right here. I love this. I actually don't hear a lot of people talk about the Panda planner, but this is like, in my opinion, one of the best planners out there. And I think I have like a 10% off code or something like this, something like that for this. So I'll share that. But what I like about this planner is, first of all, there's like, of course, a monthly, weekly, and daily section. I just feel like the way that it's set up, like, you have so much space in the weekly part to really playing your goals, and you have so much space in the daily part to playing your goals. And so I really like that. I also like that it has a morning review where you do like sort of a gratitude practice. You do 3 things that you're grateful for, 3 things that you're looking forward to, and at the end of the day, you do like an end of the day review, and you do kind of sort of the same thing, like what worked and what you need to work on tomorrow. So I really like that because it helps me to be introspective, like at the beginning of the day and at the end of my day. So if you're a person who likes gratitude journals, but you need something that's a little bit more productivity oriented, I feel like the Panda planner is a really good option. The fourth thing that I'm doing right now in this season is I'm reworking my supplements. So previously, I'm before I go even deeper into this, I'm not a huge supplement taking person. But sometimes it's necessary. Sometimes you need it to help give you that boost in certain areas or to get rid of some deficiencies you might have. So last year, I'll say I probably didn't really take hardly any supplements. Like I was taking my iron and vitamin D sporadically. And mostly because when I got my levels checked for those last time, they were pretty good. So I wasn't really too worried about supplementing those two things regularly. However, right now I'm actually in the process, or I'm actually waiting to get some labs back from my doctor so that I can really like rework my supplement routine. But two things that I've incorporated into my supplement routine that I think have been super helpful. Actually, three things. The first one being a magnesium powder. And so I take that at night. I use a magnesium citramate. I think that's the form that I'm using in the powder. And so I'm using that. I ended up buying another supplement, but it was like, I don't know. It just didn't do it for me. Like it just wasn't that great. So I switched to like taking the powder form at night, which I really do feel like helps with sleep. Um, and then I'm also taking a, what do you call it? An electrolyte mix every day. Um, I'm probably going to just start doing that only on the days that I work out. And I started doing that because I do go to the sauna and sweat a lot in addition to my workout. And so I feel like that is something that is helpful for me, and something that I just needed to add. And then the third thing that I added was a glutamine powder, that I take. Well, I take it every day, but I take it after I work out on my workout days, and then I just take it in the morning. And I actually think I'm about to start doing that twice a day. But the glutamine powder is good for recovery. But when I was researching it, I also found that it was good for your intestines or your gut health. So I'm really excited to try that. I can't give too much info on that yet because I've only been using it for like a week as I'm recording this video. But those three supplements are just something that I'm incorporating right now, but I'll probably be just reworking things. So let me add too that when you are taking supplements, don't just take supplements just to be taking them. Like really evaluate like what you need, or if you need something, and like do your research to get the least expensive supplement you can, the best quality supplement you can for the least expensive price, right? Do your research. Don't just be out here just randomly taking stuff. Even when I recommend something or when I suggest something on this platform, it's really that a suggestion is really just me telling you about something that I've tried. So yeah, don't be out here taking 20 supplements. Keep it as simple as possible. Eat whole food. Just keep it simple. So number five is I am maximizing my gym time. And what I mean by that is I recently found um I recently joined a gym. So I'm kind of becoming a gym girly. I think I might be in my gym girly era. And anybody knows me knows that I really don't like going to gyms, but I'm actually enjoying it now, right? And I'm seeing the value in it now. But I think it's because I found a gym with some really good amenities. They have the sauna, they have, um, what do you call it? Like that, the one that I go to has an infrared sauna. And then they have massage chairs, they have hydro massage chairs, and they have cryotherapy chairs. And you can also do like cryotherapy in a pod there too. But some of their other locations have different stuff. Like one location has like I think it's an infrared light pod. So it's just nice being able to kind of try some different stuff, even if I have to go to a different location. So I'm really enjoying like maximizing my time at the gym, and a lot of times that looks like me going to do my workout and taking advantage of the sauna, taking advantage of the hydro massage so that I can really get some recovery. And I feel like when I'm doing those recovery activities, that's almost like meditative for me. Like I get to just kind of relax and sit there and take a few deep breaths and, just unwind before I jump into my day. So number 6 is kind of piggybacking off number 5, and that's reworking my workout schedule. So I have decided to like take advantage of some of the group fitness classes that they have. I've only tried one so far, and I'm actually going to try a new one tomorrow. But right now, I'm trying to figure out like what works best for me, my body, and my schedule. And I'm really replanning the workout schedule. So as of right now, what I think I'm going to do is like lower body on Mondays. They have a class called Absolution, which is like a core based workout on Tuesdays, rest on Wednesdays. On Thursdays, do Pilates, which their Pilates class is like I think it's a full body type of Pilates workout. And then on Saturday, and then again on Friday, I'll do upper body. So I think that's how I'm going to split my workouts. I'll probably do another video talking more about that once I really get a full scope of how I want to do that, right? Another thing that I've been doing is tracking my food. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. This is not something that I enjoy doing. I want to do, or even I recommend or suggest that everybody do. But for me right now, it is something that I feel like I need to do because I feel like I am not eating enough. And me tracking my food helps me to make sure I'm getting enough protein, I'm getting enough fiber every day. And so it's just a way to hold myself accountable and make sure that I'm getting what I need every day. So the 8th thing that I'm doing is focusing on recovery. And again, going to the sauna, doing the hydro massage, doing the red light therapy, making sure I'm getting enough sleep at night, taking the glutamine, all of that stuff is really so that I can recover because quite frankly, like you can work out every day, all day, but if you are not recovering, you probably won't really see good results. You'll be inflamed, you'll be bloated all the time. And that's something that I've experienced in the past from not prioritizing recovery. So for all the time that I'm spending working out, I'm spending at least half of that time doing things to make sure that I'm promoting recovery. The last thing that I'm doing, and one of the most important things that I'm doing right now, is practicing mindful drinking. Last year, especially that last quarter of last year, I I went a little crazy. And I can't even, like, to the point where I started using this app called Sunnyside. And when I started tracking how much I was drinking, I was really shocked. Like, I did not realize how much I was drinking. And if you had asked me at that point, I would have been like, oh, no, I'm not drinking that much, or I don't, drink that often. But actually seeing it, tracking it, like really, it kind of blew my mind a little bit. I'm a little bit ashamed a little bit, but not too ashamed to not do something different. So So yeah, so I started using Sunnyside, which is a mindful drinking app, and I really love it because it again it puts the numbers at the forefront for you. And if you're like me, like and you see those numbers, you want to do better. And so every week, I'm reducing the amount that I'm drinking every week. They even have some dry challenges on there, like where you go periods of time and without drinking altogether. But I really love it because in the afternoon they like send you a text saying, hey, your goal for today is one drink or whatever. And so I like that because it's just that reminder that, okay, if I'm planning on going out to dinner with somebody that day, like one drink is all that I'm gonna have, if it's not a dry day. So I really like that. I really like that it just helps keep you accountable. It helps you also create a plan at the beginning of the week. So if, for example, if you're going somewhere, you're going out for drinks with your friends on Wednesday, you can put that in your plan and you've already set that up ahead of time. You set yourself a limit ahead of time, and it's just really helpful just to have just to track it and to have a better idea of what you're doing and to keep that at the front of your mind when you are going to imbibe. So I hope this video was really helpful. I hope there were some things that you got out of this video that you can incorporate into your own life. I'm going to link the Sunnyside, that Hatch dupe, and what was the other thing? Oh, and the prayer devotional. I'm going to link all those in the caption for you, and Panda Planner, because I think I do have a like 10% off code for that. I think I've seen one in my email. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe. Before you go, I am going to pack my gym bag because I told you I'm doing this gym girly thing.